Y'all know what time it is. It is a Saturday. It is dreary as heck. Time to hustle and flow with another Carpool Confession. And, this one is going to be one of those true ones where it's just, I'm hustling and flowing with you today. And it started with, I was in the office this week. I was talking with my broker and, it wasn't just sitting around with some issues. Usually talk with your broker because you're having issues. It was one of those, hey, Eric, come on in. Let's talk for a minute, just jawboning. And after a while, we were just talking about stuff back and forth. And it was one I think it started with me just standing at the door and talking about how this one large team, they had some kind of data breach and they sent out, or somehow somebody sent out an email from one of their team members to a bunch of people that, probably compromised people. And to this date, and it's now been, as I'm recording this, probably a couple of weeks, haven't reached out to people saying that, yeah, we had a breach. So your emails may be compromised. You may be in danger. Good old Lost in Space, Danger Will Robinson.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
And it really frightened me. So it just kept going on and on about stuff. And then she started talking about something about this old woman, and the old woman had reached out because the agent had charged her this exorbitant amount to help her buy and sell a home, sell her home to buy another home on top of, the commission. And then I said, yeah, I talked about that. And first of all, it's kind of like this new thing that everybody is doing, charging thousands of dollars on top of commission, all of this stupid new stuff. And then I said, I actually made a video about it. And I showed her the video on my phone, to the portion of talking about it. And then she actually watched the entire video, which blew me away. And I was like, man, you watched the entire video? It's like, yeah, your entire video was fascinating. Not just plugging that video, but because I guess she hadn't been watching my videos. I actually thought she was going to be pissed off. But it was like, yeah, it's like all these agents and all this crap they're pulling right now. So anyway, then we just started talking. That's when I, sat down and we just started talking. And it's like to start talking about the market and the lawsuits that are coming up. And then I mentioned about, and all these sellers now, because, I've talked about it, we have right here in Las Vegas, the highest percentage of sellers who are removing their homes from the market because they're not getting what they want for their homes, even though they're ahead and could actually make tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, while simultaneously having the highest number of buyers who are just pulling out of deals because somebody sneezed wrong. Now, we really went into the whole seller thing. And I said, I just read this article about how sellers don't even believe that we are entering this tough market, and they believe they have the upper hand. And she's like, tell me about it. And then she starts telling me this story about a seller she's working with right now. And this is what I wanted to relate, guys. So, because I don't know anything about sellers, I can just tell her story, my broker's story. So she's got this family and they got to move. I'm not going to say what state. I'm just going to say it's above the snow belt. And one of the members has a terminal disease. So I hope I'm not doing too much to dox this family from the discussion. And they're moving away so they could be near family and all that stuff, which is the reason a lot of people move. They have to sell their home here in Vegas. And let's just say they're buying something in the other state, but they can't buy until they sell the house here. And we'll just say I'm trying to keep it where I'm not doxing those folks, that they're going to be putting something on some land in the state that's above the snow line. And you know what time of year it is. I'm recording this right before Thanksgiving. So we know what time it is. And of course, the spammers start calling. They used to give you the weekend off. Okay, so they've actually been getting offers. Now, the first offer they got, how things have changed since this lawsuit and the agreements and everything. I'm going to give numbers. The buyer asked for $12,000 to help out with whatever they needed help with. I don't know if it was buying down interest rates, closing costs, or whatever. Plus whatever they needed for their agents' commission, because now that's no big part of the lawsuit now is you have to negotiate the buyer's agent's commission. They rejected. They're like, why in the world would I pay? They weren't talking about, even though they objected to paying the buyer's agent commission, why would I pay the buyer's agent commission? No, for over 100 years, that was part of the whole commission scheme. But okay, they were really objecting. If they can't afford to buy a house, why are they buying a house? You got people doing that stuff, even though when they bought their house, somebody paid their buyer's agent's commission. Okay, so they reject the offer. They get the second offer, same thing, but now they're asking for $18,000, rejecting it. No, think about this. They're getting offers. You can see all these. Just go to YouTube, see all these people who are going, it's been 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, like that daggum Calypso song, and they're not getting anything. But they're on the third offer. I don't remember what she said they're asking on the third offer. Rejected. If they need money for us to help them buy the house or buy down interest rates or pay their closing costs, they shouldn't be buying a house. Okay? So the agent goes, you know what? I need to show them something. Or, the broker prints out all of the recent sales in their area. All of them. ALL. All of them had the seller paying some kind of contribution, and all of the contributions were above $12,000. They were more in that $18,000 range for the price range of the house we're talking about here. Gives the sheets of every home sale to one of the two people. The other person's actually up there above the snow line living, while the other one's here trying to sell the house. Broker calls the following day. It's like, well, did you look at the stuff I gave you? It's like, oh, it's just too complicated to look at. Well, it's complicated. Well, it's just so much stuff. I was like, I didn't ask you to look at all that other stuff. I just asked you to look at the numbers that showed what the seller contributed. I think that people just look at what they want to look at, because they didn't even look at the stuff everybody was contributing in that area, in that price range. And this is what I'm talking about. If everyone is contributing, every buyer is expecting that. And this is what I'm talking about, how everyone is competing against you as a seller. You got the new home builders. They're competing against you. As a matter of fact, the prices on the new homes, I'm gonna tell you this, you're not gonna like it. Their prices are the same as yours for a new home, for the same size home. And they're buying down interest rates and paying closing costs for most of them. The only ones I've seen that, well, they're all doing something. The only thing I've seen where they're not going like full ham is they have something that the buyer wants. I did a video, this is probably gonna come out before this one. I said 100%, I think it's already out. I went to a new build community. Actually, did I? No. I don't know if it's out yet. And it's a dual community. Two different builders are building in the same community. And actually, technically, I guess it's one builder, because I didn't even find out. And I guess it's kind of like out there, but it's not. Both builders were recently bought out by a Japanese company. So they're under the same umbrella. They're still different builders, but they're under the same holding company, by a Japanese company, I guess. And so the one builder is building one-story homes in the community. The other builder is building two-story homes in the community. And right now, the builder that's building the one-story homes, they're both offering the same interest rates. So they're buying down interest rates, and they're good interest rates. So they're like 4.99% for VA and FHA, and I think it's like 5.25% for conventional. So like right now, conventional, as we do this video, is 6.25%. I'm not a lender. I'm just saying on average what they are. Okay, so you're getting, about a point under, which saves you hundreds of dollars a month. Now, that's all you're getting from the single-story homes, because single stories are more desirable. Matter of fact, they're selling now almost as fast as they can build them. The two-story homes, not so much. So on top of that, they're giving out $35,000 in flex cash, which means that covers, your closing costs and some more. That's why it's a difference in desirability. So can you imagine if you got a two-story house, you got to compete against that? A brand new house where you got lower interest rates, closing costs, which is going to be a heck of a lot more than $12,000. And then they can get some upgrades, maybe some new appliances. Well, appliances came with them. And you're talking about, oh, I want to take my washer and dryer. I want to take my refrigerator. I want to do this, that, and other thing. That's where the problem is. The buyers can see this, and that's why new homes take up so much of our market. It's because the sellers doing this stuff. If you're ahead, and I don't want to sit there, because right now somebody's going, oh, you realtors just want us to give away our houses. We want you to sell, okay? And if you have hundreds of thousands of dollars that you are ahead, you bought that house for $300,000 and you can get $6 for it, wouldn't you like to get your $6 for that house? And that's the thing. People are doing it's like when you're ahead in the stock market and the stock market goes down and you're like, man, they took $25,000 from me. Wait a minute. You were ahead before. It's paper money. And that's what I'm trying to say. You got people just going like, I'm only going to get this amount. Don't overprice and all this stuff. And with what the market is doing right now, I don't know what's going to do next year. All I know is what this family has done. They've with so many people, and I'm sitting in all these meetings, and it's like, what can I do to move my house? And they've had 3 offers, all of them full price, which I didn't mention. 3 full price offers, and they threw them away because the people asked basically for closing costs. That's it. I can't believe they threw away full price offers for closing costs. You got to remember, I put this in a video the other day and I couldn't remember the name of the company, but I was talking about A.G. Gadsden. I said he started an insurance company back in Alabama. It's Booker T. Washington Insurance. And actually I found out they're still around. So their thing was, it's not what you make, it's what you get to keep. Don't worry about, that $12,000. Go and look at what you're getting to keep, what you get to put in your pocket. And that's when you find out what it's really worth. That's all that really counts, okay? That's the message. So as I bug on out of this one, I got some resources for you guys. Everybody who's looking on TV, I'm gonna put a little bit of space here so you can see it. I got a little QR code that's gonna pop up here. That way you're gonna be able to, if you want to, you can always say, if you want to talk to me, my information is down below and in the pinned comments. You can because it's kind of hard for you to get down there on TV. You can click on this here QR code and that'll also take you there. You also be able to get all of the resources I have for you. It's going to be like the buyer's guide and the relocation guide and stuff. That'll all pop up there for you. If you want to book on my calendar and everything, that calendar link will pop up and you'll be able to book on my calendar and we can talk. And of course, my information is down below. My military brothers and sisters, you know the drill. Alpha, Mike, Foxtrot. To the 80% who are not veterans and didn't serve, hey, I know we're in Vegas, may gamble with cards and everything, and politicians gamble with our futures. You're not gonna gamble when we talk. It's just gonna be a nice little easy conversation. And I love you, and we're gonna keep them lights on for you. Another video is gonna be popping up right now, and when that video pops up, I would love to meet you over there so we can talk a little bit more. I'll see you over in the next video.